So today's video is another video where I did this a couple years ago. I think in 2023 I did this. And I've probably done about 3 or 4 of these videos over the years and definitely talked about this on the podcast. I bought a guitar player's collection, and I want to point out, just like the last videos, this isn't about guitar flipping. I'm not in this for the profit. I was in this for a particular guitar or some particular equipment in this gear. And a lot of times when you are trading with someone, or if you're buying something, it's difficult when they have a couple prized possessions and a couple items, usually the ones you want. They usually want top dollar for them, and you can try and see if you can haggle the price down. But what I've learned over time with dealing with guitar players is be a solution to their problem. And one of their problems is they're trying to get rid of a lot of guitars. If you're talking to somebody and they're trying to get rid of, 20 guitars, it's if you have the ability and you can figure this out how to do it, sometimes it's a lot easier to say, look, I can help you get rid of all 20 guitars. Let's talk about a reasonable number, and I'll put in the sweat equity. So in particular, the video I did in 2023, if you watch that, go back and watch that video, I was after a particular guitar, actually 2 guitars. And in that video, it took me over a year to sell off the gear I bought that I didn't want from that collection. So that's the kind of investment of time you're putting in this if you want to make sure you come out ahead, unless of course you just lowball them till all get out. In this particular case, this guitar player had a lot of guitars, and this one was a little bit different because the last couple times, I got to go through everything. This was definitely, you had to shoot from your hip and just go off some pictures before I met with him. And I'll explain everything. Maybe this will be interesting to you. Let's start with the first thing I got. It's obviously a Paul Reed Smith SE, and you can tell from the burgundy or maroon case, this gig bag, you can tell it's an older one. This is a made in Korea. Originally, now they're brown bags. They were gray, and then of course they were this red color. So that tells you that it's an older gig bag. This is the original gig bag. I did not go through pockets in these. Oh look, so he has a chart here he was using. That's pretty cool. So I did not go through the pockets. That's usually a cool thing to do, go through them. What's this? Okay. Interesting. So it's an invoice, but not for this guitar, for another guitar. I'm not going to show it to you because but I will disclose it, what he paid for the other guitar and what I paid for him. Okay, or what I paid him. Okay, and there's stuff in this pouch. Oh, that's a nice capo. Look at that. One of these adjustable ones from the Dario. So these are nice little tidbits, little items. That seems to be it in the gig bag. Okay, let's see what Paul Reed Smith SE is in here. And this one is extremely light, which I will share with you. Paul Reed Smith SE 2010. Okay, I know it's 2010 because it says 2010 right here on the truss rod cover. So this is a custom 22 semi-hollow. This is made in Korea. And this one's super light. I'll weigh them for you. 5.6 pounds. Super light. So 5.6 pounds. Pickups are original. Bridge is original. Everything is original. No coil split, 3-way switch on this guitar. And so this is the first guitar I got. And of course you can see here, it is perfect. There's no issues, no scratches, no chips, and everything was disclosed. Now, keep in mind, I was familiar with this seller, so I knew him enough to know if he was going to be dishonest with anything, which he was not. The next guitar is a Paul Reed Smith. Now, this is a USA Paul Reed Smith gig bag. So we know it's a USA PRS in this. This is the original packet of materials, and then a hang tag, which tells you what the guitar is. Okay, so let's see what this guitar is. I did, however, unfortunately, one guitar that was really great, advise him to keep. That's one of the ones he kept. I told him that it would just be a really good idea to keep it. Okay, what do we have? We have a Paul Reed Smith, no longer made, just like the other PRS, by the way. This is a discontinued model. This is a S2, American-made S2 semi-hollow single cut. They no longer make the semi-hollow single cut. And you can see here in perfect condition, no scratches, no dings, no worn frets. Everything looks good. The brass posts are a little dark because they've aged over time. You can see them, right? They look a little light there, but trust me, they're really dark. And the pickups have oxidized, which I think gives them a good broken in kind of look to it. I have checked these guitars to make sure they work. I went through everything really quickly once I bought it. It was kind of one of those deals, like I had to agree to buy it. So I was a good sold customer. I bought everything. Then we met, and then I went through everything very quickly. So I know what some of the negatives and positives. The next thing I bought in this collection was this 11 rack. So it wasn't just guitars. There was an 11 rack here. For those it came with the original power cable. For those that don't remember the 11 rack, this is a pretty cool piece of gear. Some players know that even though this was like $300-400 new, you could get the software, which was expensive, included with it for free. And it was a really cool deal that way. So this thing works. At least it turned on and powered on. And I don't value this very much in current market, but I'll talk about that. I'll talk about everything because, like I said, the price I shot was a one price takes all. Obviously, is a Fender case, right? This is an American Deluxe Stratocaster in Candy Tangerine. So you have HSS. This is the 50th anniversary. This is a 2004 with locking keys. It's got the S1 switch. Very nice. And again, like the other guitars, no scratches, no dings, no dents. Weight-wise, this one isn't super light. 8.1 pounds. Basically 8 pounds, which isn't bad. My copper Strat is 8 pounds. Inside the compartment is just the tremolo arm. And it seems like the original case for this. I would say this reminds me of the case because it was this style case. And I remember, I think this is when they started having the little bumpers on it. Was about 2004, 2005. Another Paul Reed Smith SE, obviously. This is the same thing, the red gig bag, made in Korea. Let's look in the pocket. And there's nothing in the pockets. What do we have? This is a made in Korea, no longer made, PRS SE single cut Korina. So this is a Korina body with Korina neck. These were very popular for a period of time because of the fact they're ultra light. This one, 6.1 pounds, 6.1 pounds. So just over 6 pounds, super light, no coil splits, pickups look original, no dings or dents, lots of dust. Just lots of dust. This one's definitely dusty. So it obviously was not sitting in the gig bag. It was sitting like on a wall somewhere, something, stand. No burn marks, no dents, no scratches. Pretty cool. These are pretty well sought after. So there's a couple dings in it, so you know, but it almost looks like they're just the finish sinking into the grain over time. I don't see anything that looks like a dent that's actually damaged the finish. Next up, Line6 M5. As you know, I'm a huge fan of this pedal. So I had one of these, really cool. I have a video about this pedal. I'll put a link in the description as you know why I like it. Okay, this is heavy because this is a double bag. So this is a double gig bag. And I'm gonna go through the compartments. Nothing in the big compartments, nothing in the small compartments. We have a tremolo arm. That's a PRS tremolo arm. Interesting enough. That's not what's in there. Okay, so since it's a double bag, we have two guitars. I'll undo the first guitar. We have a 2011 Charvel Desolation. If you remember this, these are made in China. They were neck-through type construction. You can see there's a ding right there. It's a little hard to see. See, there's a little ding. See it? There, you can see it. A little ding in there. Some light scratches. You can see those too. Just the light scratches, a little bit of work. Neck's in fantastic shape. Grover smoked chrome tuners, smoked chrome bridge and knobs. Seymour Duncan blackouts, so active pickups. 24 frets. Beautiful top. Beautiful. And looks like it's in good condition. Let's weigh this one. These were really cool when they came out in 2011. It was like a hit. And then they just made too many, oversaturated the market. 7.2 pounds. Let's see what other guitar is in the double gig bag. The answer is another Charvel Desolation guitar. This one with a strap lock. So this has a DiMarzio strap lock on it. This is the double cut version. This one doesn't seem to have any dings or dents. There's some dirt on it. There's a little mark right there. So it's got a scratch. You see the scratch right there. That actually can be steamed and fixed. Oh, and there's some marks there too. So again, all that can be steamed and fixed. This one feels lighter than the other one for sure. This has Charvel pickups in it, not the actual Duncans or EMGs. So this is a lesser expensive version of the other one. This one coming in at 6.6 pounds, 6.7 pounds. All right, this is a bigger case. This is a Gretsch case. So it says Gretsch on the side of it. And what do we have? We have a Brian Setzer lime gold guitar. Okay, so what we have here is a Brian Setzer, a made in Japan lime gold Gretsch. They still make a version of this. It's different. This has the Spurs Elk tuning keys, where I think the new ones have like Godot. And they added his signature to the back, which they don't do now. And I think it has a more of a pronounced V neck in the new ones. This one is absolutely gorgeous. No flaws, no scratches. To you guys, it's probably gonna look candy apple green. It's got a very candy apple green vibe. You can consider that. It's absolutely stunning. TV Jones pickups, original case, original. This one weighing in and at 6.96 pounds, just under 7 pounds. This one's gorgeous. This was one of the guitars, actually the main guitar I was after. I wanted one of these. I should have thought about where I was gonna put all these gig bags and cases. Obviously another Fender case. This one is Fender American Strat Standard with upgraded pickups. These are wood bobbin pickups. Original case candy. Everything looks good. Look at the serial number. Serial number says this is a 2008 and looks absolutely flawless. Look at that. It's never had the tremolo arm installed. Think about that. 7.3 pounds. Beautiful guitar. Rosewood fretboard. Just beautiful. So obviously the pickups aren't original, but all the case candy is included and intact. And yeah, the tremolo arm and everything. So very cool. And 2008, I would say, based on that, this is the original case. Another USA Paul Reed Smith. Obviously we have the gig bag. This is an S2. This one I was aware of. Okay, so case candy. Tremolo arm. Nice. And hang tag are included. We have a Paul Reed Smith S2. So again, it's a USA 1, but S2. It's got the coil split. It's red and 24 frets because it's a custom 24. This one though has some discolorment in the finish. I don't know if that's going to come out. Kind of see it right there. See it? It's a haze. There's a haze in the finish. So there's hazing right there. That really devalues this. Plus, this just isn't a really beautiful top. This is a 2013, by the way. But the top looks good in the camera view. But if you look at this view, it's kind of a little bland, right? Yeah, a little bland. Super light though, 6.5 pounds. Although it does have, again, this has upgraded locking strap buttons, but not the receivers. And no, by the way, none of these guitars have fret sprout. Everything seems to play right. This I figured would not command top dollar, obviously. And I think maybe he knew that too. Obviously he knew some of the guitars were in much better condition than others. Next was a Boss ME70. Now this one I want to make sure, I should have not done it, but I did it. I cleaned it because I wanted to check it out and try it. I was playing it. So when I got it, it was just caked in dust. But I mean, it looks brand new now. I cleaned it all up. And the batteries were corroded inside. So I had to take the batteries out. And you can even see some residual of the dust in there from when I cleaned it. So I had to clean it all up. So this one took a little bit of elbow grease to clean up. but works fine, sounds great. I had a blast with it, actually. It took me back. I used to have one of these in the ME50, and I remember swearing they were some of the best little on-the-go pedal boards, especially battery powered. Another Paul Reed Smith, so obviously this was a Paul Reed Smith fan. This is a core. Let's take a look at this one. We have something truly unique. They no longer make this. That's probably important to point out. Just because they don't make it doesn't mean it's valuable, although this one is unique. Okay, so what do we have? We have a Paul Reed Smith SE 250. Stands for Single Cut 250. This is a 2008, and it is a pattern thin neck, which makes it rare. It is not chambered, but it is super light, 7.5 pounds, so 7.5 pounds, and not chambered. This is a, looks like a blue Mateo. Has the adjustable bridge from PRS. Original pickups, everything's original, no coil splitting. Has the original truss rod cover that says SC250. And again, the unique thing is, one, getting a single cut light, unique. They don't offer this model anymore. So why is it called a 250? It's because, I think I said that, right? It's a single cut, but it's 25-inch scale. It's just like a standard PRS. It's not the shorter scale. So that they do with the 594s and stuff. Let's go ahead and look inside this case. All the original materials in here. The card, the hang tag that confirms that it's a wide thin neck. It's got the SC250 pickups and all the case candy stickers. This one also has strap buttons added to it, locking ones, but it has the original buttons. Super light single cut, and getting it with the thinner neck and not the thicker neck, and it not weighing a ton, is just a very unique guitar to come across. Plus the top's really cool because of the blue Mateo. The top looks great. It's not a tin top by any means. The original case, and it's the original case because the case is tagged and serial numbered with the guitar from the factory. So this is all original. This is very nice. Now there was one vintage guitar in the collection. Technically, this is technically vintage. You can tell it's the older Fender case, like so. So what do we have in here? We have a Fender Strat. So you know it's going to be a Strat, or tell you this one's a Strat. And it's a 1995 American Standard Strat in candy apple red with matching headstock. Funny enough, I think it's all original. If you look, although you could tell the knobs are different colors than this. And I don't know if that's because somebody changed something, like the pickups, or just through time, like this pickguard's definitely aged out, right? And maybe everything aged it differently based on the, the sunlight it got. But beautiful guitar, very little to no marks on the guitar. Original tremolo arm. And the case is broken. You can see right there. See, it broke over time. Just the plastic gave way. I could probably fix that pretty easily with some glue. You guys are going to want to know how much this weighs. Maybe 7.9 pounds, so almost 8 pounds. Well, it's still light. And to me, a Strat 8 pounds and under is great. I love those. That is it except for the amp. So what is the amp? The amp is a EVH ivory 50-watt head from the first edition. So it's the very first run, so it doesn't have the stacked volume and gain controls. It has the original logo with the F logo on it. A 112 matching cabinet, a 212 matching cabinet, and the amp covers, and the original catalogs that came with the amp. But I didn't want to bring it in here. So that's what I got. Okay. So that's the entire collection of guitars. So if I didn't make it clear, I was after the Brian Setzer Gretsch. I really wanted this guitar and the EVH amp. In fact, I offered to buy those two just by themselves. It was a good price. I wasn't excited about it. And then I suggested, well, why don't you let me buy it all and see if there's a better deal to be had. So what's nice now is I'd like to keep the ME70 because I think it's really cool, and the Deluxe Fender Strat. Now in a perfect world, I'd also keep that SE250. We'll see what happens. Like I said, last time I did this, I sold off all the gear I didn't want, and I was able to basically get the gear I wanted with almost no money invested in it, just the time and effort in selling all the other gear. This will pan out the same way I believe the other deal did, which is I will sell off the things I'm not so much interested in. Some of the things that I think are unique and cool, like the Strats and stuff, it's not so much I won't get rid of them. I'm just not in a hurry to get rid of them anytime soon. Like a couple of those things I bought from the last collection. Even if I sell this stuff, and I get the Gretsch and I have no money into the Gretsch, I still have all the time. The time is money too. It is not going to be easy to sell basically a dozen guitars. It's just not. And if I have to sell them on Reverb and places like that, I'm going to be paying fees, and then I'm going to be getting $10.99 for them. So keep in mind, you know, it's not a perfect world. This is just, like I said, this is no different than buying a fixer-upper house or buying a fixer-upper and fixing it up. Sometimes it's not about fixing up, it's about this other version of sweat equity. All right, guys, on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for your time. Till the next time, know your gear.